Right guys, it's Boxing Day today. There's nothing out there. No planes today. Everyone's settled down for Christmas. And today we're doing an oil change on a Nissan Qashqai 2018. Time is 7:40 in the morning. So I've got some engine flush in there. It's motor flush. It's like oil-based engine cleaner. Just gets rid of any like soot and dirt and metal particles. So I put that in the oil reservoir. Take the cap off, put it in. I did warm the engine up and left it on idle for 20 minutes while that mixed around, and it's been about 20 minutes now. So yeah, we'll just unscrew the bolt on the bottom, get all the dirty oil out, and then get the oil filter off, and then put the new oil in. So this car takes 5W30 motor oil. It takes about 4.5 litres. Pick up this 5 litre bottle, and then you've got the oil filter here as well, and that comes with like a little rubber gasket that you have to change. That goes around the actual filter cap. So yeah, let's get the screw off. Bolt, sorry, get the bolt off, get the old oil out of there. So this is underneath the engine. You've got the oil filter there. I think that's a 23mm bolt. 27, sorry. And then you got the oil sump plug there. It's a hex. I don't know if you can see that, it's a hex shape. So we'll try some of the hex bits that I've got here, see which one fits, and then get all that old oil out of there. Let's try 8mm hex. Yeah, that fits brilliant. Let's get that on the ratchet. Let's see if it spins the right way. Yeah, luckily it wasn't over tightened the last time someone put it on. So before you fully loosen that, you want to get your container underneath, so oil doesn't go everywhere. You've got to be careful, obviously, if you warm the engine up, the oil will be hot. Yeah, so you can see how dark that oil is. It's a petrol car, so it should be golden brown. newish oil is normally. Yeah, I don't think this oil's been changed in a while, so these sump plugs are usually magnetic, so if you have any like metal particles in the engine, you usually stick to it, so you want to give this a little clean as well before you put it back on. You can change them as well. They're only about $2.50, so worth changing, but I'm just going to clean it and put it back on because it doesn't look too bad. Just give it a nice clean and get it back on. Let's get this oil filter off. It's plastic, so I don't want to put too much force in it. Well, these should usually not too tight as well. Oh. You see the oil's almost already drained out. Careful, son. There you go. This is normally a bit messy. Sometimes you just want to loosen it and let the oil drain before you take it fully off. Because oil filter usually holds about a litre and a half of oil. Well, maybe about a litre. Nice. It's quite dirty, that is. Right, so yeah, you just want to clean this area with a bit of brake cleaner. Wipe it down with a paper towel. Just try and make that as clean as possible. Get rid of all the gunk. Clean this out. Get get the new oil filter in, put the sump plug back on just there, and then yeah, put the new oil in, and then that's all done pretty much. So yeah, let's get this cleaned up, and then we'll put everything back together. See how dirty that is, like gunk. Yeah, normally if you've got some brake cleaner, that will take it all off, but I don't think I have any, so. See how dirty that is. Look at that little bits come off it. That's really bad. I don't think the oil's been changed in a long time. Look at that. Fucking hell, mate. Sorry, I just changed my gloves because obviously they've got quite bad there. to just get that cleaned up. You don't want to leave no water on there because if you don't want water mixing with your engine oil. Well, I think that's as good as it's going to get. So we'll get the O-ring off the gasket and then replace that and we'll get that back on. So this is the new one. Just get like a flathead screwdriver. Remember where you take it off from. Just pry it out a little bit. Get a new one on. You can put a bit of oil on here, just to give it a bit of lubrication. Sweet. Get a bit of oil in the oil filter as well, just so it's not dry when it goes into the car. Don't need a lot, just a little bit, just to keep it going. A bit of oil around the gasket, and then we'll get that plug back in. So the bit that sticks out on this car at the top, that plugs into the top of the car. Top of the oil filter housing, so we'll get that back on now. So you can see all the old oil's pretty much come out now. So we'll get the sump plug back in and then get the oil filter back in. So you see the filter has a little knob sticking out. That just goes into the little hole there, just there, in the oil filter housing. Back in. So you can get a spec for the torque, how tight to tighten this. I think it's written on here as well. I think it says 25 Newton meters of torque, but I can't really read it. Yeah, just make sure it's not too tight, because the oil filter shouldn't be too tight. About hand tight there. That should be good. And then yeah, we'll tighten the sump plug as well. Sweet, so those two are back on. You can just clean all of this up with a bit of brake cleaner, get rid of all the oil marks, otherwise it'll look like an oil leak to anybody else, and it'll be harder to tell if any oil is leaking once you fill it up. So yeah, we'll get this cleaned up and then put the new oil in. Clean out all this shit from the top.
See you later, mate.
See ya, mate. We're alright with
yeah,
being a
I
standby?
told him, he said, yeah, mate, it's cool.
Yeah, alright,
so
cool.
He's saying he doesn't even think Helmed's going to go out.
Yeah.
This is what I asked him. I said, do you think Helmed's going to go out? He said,
Yeah.
looking at the weather? He said, I can't even see him going out.
Yeah.
And I said, when are you going to know? He said, I'm not too sure.
Alright.
So hopefully,
Yeah, well,
I
Helmed,
said, give it an hour and give him a call and just see what's happening.
yeah, because Helmed don't even need anybody around.
Nah.
They go out
No,
by
exactly.
themselves.
That's what I'm
isn't it?
thinking. So I don't even know what you're here.
Yeah. No, I'm just doing a bit of work in the car. I'm going to head out. Yeah.
That's it.
Alright, mate.
Alright, so
Have a
mate,
good one.
yeah.
See you. So you can get one of those drainer things, whatever you call them, put the oil in, but yeah, we'll try. So there's 4.5 litres that goes in, I've got 5 litres here, so I'm going to just do it as until I feel it's quite light. But yeah, usually just try and put in like half a bottle and then keep measuring it with a dipstick. You don't want to overfill it, but I can't really overfill it because it'll only be half a litre extra. 4.5 litres would be like in between minimum maximum in the middle. An extra half a litre would go about 3/4. Wouldn't take it to the maximum line anyway. But yeah, as you're filling this, you want to pause and then just look at the bottom. Just make sure the sump plug or the oil filter is not leaking. And then yeah, that's all. I mean, if it is leaking, then just loosen it and read. Well, if it is leaking, you might want to tighten it first. If it is already tight, then yeah, it might be a problem with your seals or the washer, so you have to get those replaced. But yeah, that's all. So yeah, just put in 4.5 litres for this car and then check for any leaks. and then yeah, start the car and off you go. Feels like about half a bottle there, so made a mess of that one. You should normally have it in your owner's manual, how often you should be changing the oil. Generally, rule of thumb is every 12 months or every like 10 to 15,000 miles. But yeah, usually try and do it every 10,000 miles, because this car's got a timing chain, and then you don't change the oil every year or so, it can get thick and sludgy, and then timing chain can go off, and then yeah, you know, a whole heap of trouble after that one. If you do drop oil around the engine bay area, it will smell of burning oil for a few days. You get a brake cleaner, just clean that all off, wipe that down. Right, yeah, so have a look underneath for any leaks. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's leaking, so that's all good. You can see no oil fell on the floor under the filter and the sun plug. So yeah, that looks all good. So yeah, we just get that cleaned up, and then let's just double check the oil level as well. Dipstick out. Yeah, when you got fresh oil, it's very hard to see where the level is, because it's very fresh, and you've got the old oil marks here. So you've got the minimum there, maximum, and you want it in the middle somewhere. But you see it's quite dark because of all the old oil, and the new oil is very light. You can hardly tell the markings or where it is. So you can clean this down with brake cleaner, try and get it silver again, and then that will be easier to tell. Let's see if I can get the left hand going a bit. See, I can just about see the reflection. It is up to the maximum at the moment, but that's because the engine hasn't been run. Once the engine's run, it will the oil filter will take about half a litre to a litre, so then it should just drop naturally to about there, which is fine. So I put in just over 4.5 litres, which is what the car takes. So yeah, it's all good. So let's get that in and then fire it up. Back. Sweet, yeah, she sounds good. Yeah, so that's all done. That's the oil filter and oil change on a 2018 Nissan Qashqai 1.2 petrol.